Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to my virtual workshop. If you were following along, I was supposed to do this last night. That's March 19th, 2020, as a Facebook Live on my Facebook business page for Alicia Yervis Creative. And Facebook was not cooperating with me. I tried for 45 minutes to get it to work. I tried from 2 different computers, multiple browsers. Nothing was working. So I decided I would postpone it until today, March 20th. And unfortunately, it was not working for me again. I don't know why, because I see other Facebook Lives happening here and there. I'm wondering if it's because I'm trying to do a screen share, if it's something with that. But regardless, I wanted to make sure to not delay any further in getting this content to you. So instead of doing a live, I decided to do a pre-recorded webinar. And we'll post this and it'll still function the exact same way. You just won't be able to have me answer questions on the fly in the moment. But if you do have questions, I really, really want you to ask them. Pop them in the comments. I'm going to be checking this and answering as many questions as I possibly can because I really want to help everybody here. So yeah, we can all just think about everything that's happened over the last couple weeks, and literally the shit has hit the fan for a lot of us, for everyone, for every single person. And obviously, you cannot be prepared for everything. You never know what's coming. And we just have to figure things out. And in fact, I want to send a special shout out to Marcine Kiesling, who left me a really nice comment last night when everything went to hell with me trying to get this workshop up. I was so upset, and she just left me a nice comment basically saying, you know what, these days we just kind of have to go with the flow. And I really appreciate that. Thank you, Marcine. So let's get started here. First things first, I want to make sure that if you haven't already, I want you to make sure to grab your free workbook download at the link. If you haven't done so yet, if you didn't download it or print it out just yet, go ahead and pause the video right here. Grab that download from the link and print it out, because it'll be really fun for you to, go through this and start to think extra creatively about how to get through this. And I have lots of ideas in there for you. So you could either fill it out and browse it while you're watching this video, or you can fill it out later when you're watching the replay, whatever you'd like to do, but make sure you grab that download. And again, as you have questions throughout this workshop, please, please, please comment with your questions, because I would love to answer them. So grab a snack, your drink of choice, no judgment, whatever you'd like to do. I am doing ice water and coffee. I usually have 2 or 3 drinks going at a minimum and all the time. And we'll get started. So for those of you who don't know me, this is me. My name's Alicia. I have a marketing and design business on the Jersey Shore called Alicia Yervis Creative. It's myself and my business partner, and we basically do marketing and design for small to medium-sized businesses. We help with social media, online reputation management, content strategy, email marketing, brand design, lots of things, web design. We come from a background that mixes arts and entertainment and marketing with project management and retail management. And yeah, we've been around for a couple years now, and we really, really love what we do, and we love to help small businesses. We are a small business ourselves. We work from home, and this is this kind of situation is not anything that anyone could have predicted at all. But I really, really have been having everyone ask me questions about, how to get through this and what to do. And so over the last couple of days, I've been trying to strategize and get this workshop pulled together for you. So I really hope it's helpful. I'm just happy that you're here. I understand, like, everyone is in the same boat. And this is just a really, really crazy time. So let's figure it out. This pandemic is serious business for businesses. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that. Of course, it's important to stay informed with trusted news sources. And you need to keep your hands clean and practice social distancing. But the global outbreak is rapidly altering our day-to-day lives. And even though this will be temporary and we will come out of this, the outbreak came out of nowhere, and everyone has felt like the rug has been pulled out from our life and our livelihood. And this is probably how you're feeling right now. I know I was and am. And as a business owner or a freelancer, you've likely been directly impacted by this in a huge way already. And you may be experiencing cancellations, reduced income, nervous customers, complete shutdown of your typical day-to-day. If you have kids, you may all of a sudden be homeschooling them and figuring out how to be a teacher. Not to mention, just inquiries from clients and employees wondering how to proceed. People are nervous. We're hunkering down, and people may be reevaluating expenses, projects, outings, and purchases, which means that certain projects and events that may have seemed like a sure thing are now being canceled. So as a business owner, what can you do to lessen the potential blow this may have? And what can you do to survive? Like I was saying before, I'm kind of used to this sheltering in place quarantine kind of situation. This is me at home in my home office, my beautiful, colorful home office that my business partner, Joe, designed for me, and surprised me with a couple years ago. He knows I'm obsessed with all things colorful, and I just walked in one day and this was done. He's the freaking best. And yeah, we are just used to working from home, and sometimes I don't leave the apartment for days at a time, which I admit isn't a great thing, but I am used to it. Sometimes we're weeks apart from going grocery shopping, and I'm just here working, whether it's here in my office or on the couch, and I stream everything all the time. And so, but I understand, this is really difficult. But as someone who has been working from home for a few years, this is my normal. And I'm so grateful to have a business that runs digitally where I can collaborate with a remote team via file sharing, video conferencing, and online project management. But I realize this is a whole new world for many people. And so I wanted to be a resource in this difficult time by getting you some digital help. And I'm going to share some tools and suggestions and some tips for you to be proactive on doing what you can to care for the business that's your baby. In truth, we're all going to need to make some tough decisions in the time ahead. Every business is different, and I can't answer it all for you. But today, let me be a resource, a support, and a sounding board for you during this time of standstill. By the way, that old saying that's like, you can always make more money, but you can never make more time? Well, right now, all we have is time. And improvements, growth, and change takes time. Maybe time becomes our friend during this period instead of our enemy, as it often is. If you're an entrepreneur, we're creative, and that we just make things happen. We jump out of the plane and build the parachute on the way down. In fact, as crazy as it may sound, you may be better equipped than most to deal with all of this right now because you're used to being scrappy and pulling rabbits out of your hat. We will all get through this crazy time together. Try to stay calm and be proactive. The only way out is through. So let's put on some hand sanitizer and do a virtual high five. And let's dig into some of these ideas that I have for you guys. First things first, I really recommend that you find and surround yourself digitally with your people. Yes, we're supposed to practice physical distancing, but we're social beings and we crave community. So while we need to physically distance ourselves from each other, make sure we're connecting digitally with loved ones and industry peers. Having a place online or by phone or video to talk with others is very important. Chances are there's a Facebook group or LinkedIn group or online forum tailored specifically to your industry and interests. Even if you go there and lurk and don't talk to anybody, it's great to see that you're not alone. Ask people how they're doing. Ask for advice when you need it. Give advice when you can. Post lighthearted, funny, supportive messaging when appropriate. Be kind to each other. Listen when they need to vent. And vent when you need to do so. Many people are dealing with so many unknowns right now, and everyone will be so reassured to know that they're not alone. In fact, I have a Facebook group specifically for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and creatives, which I'll put a link to in the comments if you'd like to join. It's called the Help Desk. It's a lot of fun. It's been around for about almost 2 years now, I would say. We've got about 200 members, I would say. And we really enjoy it. Every week I share tips and tricks for your business, whether it's some DIY marketing type things, social media ideas, examples of cool ads or initiatives that I've seen in small business. And also it's really great for group learning too. So I would love to have you guys all join. I'm going to put the link in the comments, so I hope to see you there. Next, I would say now is the perfect time to work on your business. I know that might seem impossible right now or maybe counterintuitive, but it really, really is a great time to work on your business and not in it. It's a good time to do all those things you wanted to do but haven't had the time for, like learning new skills. Oop, I skipped ahead, sorry. Learning new skills and polishing your educational toolbox, planning content, designing some social media graphics, cleaning up your website a bit, learning from business podcasts, reviewing your pricing structure and or your service lists, updating signage and forms that are outdated, finally getting around to creating that welcome kit for clients, claiming listings on sites like TripAdvisor and Alignable, learning Google Analytics, etc. Updating your personal LinkedIn page is a great thing to do at this time. Another great one is to review your current business reputation by reading your online reviews across multiple sites. See where you stand. See if you notice any patterns or keywords that keep being mentioned so you can work on a plan to address them and improve. Next, keep communicating with clients and social media followers. Do not hide during this time period. Everyone is in this together and people are nervous. Questions and fears are totally normal. So don't avoid their anxiety. Many of your clients are likely business owners themselves, but to help set expectations and cut down on cancellations, you want to maintain communication and be proactive so as to build that trust. In the last few days, nearly all of my current clients have reached out to me in some form or another, and with their concerns over the current situation and if and how to address certain promotions and events, typical services that they offer, simply helping to talk through their concerns and proactive plans of action has been very helpful for them. Your clients look to you to be the expert on certain matters and may need your help navigating some delicate situations. And, you need to be there for them. Check in on them. Let them know you're aware of the virus situation, obviously, and you're on top of managing your business and their project as best you can, and that you still intend on completing the project. And another thing I just want to mention is try to be as accessible as possible in various mediums, especially during this time when many people are stuck inside or under self-quarantine or caring for loved ones. Social distancing is becoming required for the time being. And you know that saying, this meeting could have been an email? Well, certainly be open to phone, email, text conversations instead of in-person meetings right now. And one of my favorite personal favorite tools is a site called Loom, Loom, which I have on the screen now. It's actually what I'm using right now to record this webinar. You see my picture in the lower right corner. It's a great, great tool, and it's free, and it makes it easy for me to film a quick screen share video to send my clients an update on a project. They can watch it at their leisure. It also allows them to see me on the screen because it does do a video option, even though I'm not doing that right now. But, being able to see each other, there's that that visual aspect that just makes it seem like it's almost a typical meeting. In addition, you could also use video conferencing service like Zoom or Google Hangout to have a joint live meeting with your clients. Even FaceTime works fine. I did a FaceTime meeting last week. But by being flexible with communication style and keeping the projects moving forward, your customers will be appreciative. I realize that so many things are happening so quickly right now. Maybe you're having projects be canceled and, like I was saying before, but even using a tool like Loom to send a video message to your clients to tell them that you're here for them and that you understand what they're going through. It can really do a lot to add that personal touch to it. But make sure your phone and computer and internet connection are all in working order and fully charged so you don't run into any technical difficulties. But you can't account for technical difficulties on platforms like what happened to me last night with Facebook and today with Facebook. So just do the best you can. Everyone right now is just trying to figure things out. In addition, pull together general messaging to address the concerns and inquiries of prospective clients and or social media followers. Think about this. The entire country right now is home scrolling on their news feeds. That's crazy. It's important to your business to keep a conversation going with your social media followers. You could explain the measures that you're taking at your place of business, discuss how you're preparing to handle the situation, and take the opportunity to set expectations in terms of inquiries and follow-up. Also, don't be afraid to be real and share some behind-the-scenes type moments. Be proactive and communicate. It may be difficult to adjust to posting regularly, so consider setting a daily alarm on your phone to prompt you. Some of the individual items you may want to update with messaging include a ticker or pop-up on your website. You may want to update your voicemail greeting. You could send an email newsletter. You could write a blog post, certainly publish social media content. You could create a video message using some of the tools I mentioned before, or even just, an Instagram story or a Facebook Live. You can update your Google My Business listing to update your hours and to post an announcement. If you have a storefront, obviously put signage on your door. And if you have a business that serves large numbers of people at a time, such as an arts venue, a school, or another business that requires tickets or registration, something like that. I'm sure you're everything is canceled right now, but you could consider using a robocalling service to deliver your messaging to a large number of people at once. Also, post in your local and community Facebook groups, such as the Facebook group for the city that you live or work in. Join them if you're not in there already. And, obviously follow the group rules that are listed there, but use these groups to promote your restaurant offerings, special deals, delivery info, etc. Do this part every day until things calm down, because everyone right now is getting bombarded with things. And it's going to be really, really helpful for you to, just pop in there and remind people of what you guys have going on. Don't assume that someone has seen your promotion just because you put it up once. Make sure to put it up there every day. By the way, though remaining visible on Facebook or on social media is important, you want to make sure to do so without striking an inappropriate or insensitive tone by being too selly. I've seen some things this week that rubbed me the wrong way. I think it was just businesses who forgot that they had ads running, or maybe they had ads or posts that were pre-scheduled that they just didn't realize would be posted. And because of the current situation we're in, they kind of were worded in such a way that, just didn't sit right with me. And I think it would be a good time, if you are running ads right now or any kind of scheduled posts or, text message campaigns, anything like that, now would be a good time to just review those, maybe pause them, review them all, make sure that there's nothing in there that's going to paint you in a bad light, if that makes sense. One example a local food establishment here. I get their text message campaigns, and they had just sent one that was like a, kind of a buy one, get one free kind of dinner thing that was just worded very like party-like and, explosive deal, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't believe that it was sent. And then it was about 20 minutes later, they sent an apology follow-up text message, basically saying like, we didn't realize this was going out, blah, blah, blah. So you don't want to be in that position. So just make sure that whatever you have running right now or that you have scheduled to run is still okay to be run. But in general, for social media, some of the type of posts you could consider doing right now, be transparent, give a transparent update on how your business is doing. Show the adjustments being made, show the difficult realities. Don't be afraid to be authentic and show behind the scenes and let people in. We're all craving connection right now. Also, asking for help. How can your followers support you and give assistance? Do you sell gift cards that they can redeem later? Do you have a perfect solution for a current client need? Be specific on how folks can help you, because many people are ready to do so. If not now, then after this all blows over. In addition, inspire and be of service. Talk about your own experience with the situation. Share your own tips. You may want to also consider creating a free download or guide that can help serve your audience with information. That's what I'm trying to do right here. So be of service and be helpful. Build that trust. Next, you could repurpose old content that will still apply or could serve as a resource. So like I was saying before, you can't assume that all of your followers have seen all of your posts anyway. So don't worry that you already posted something a few months ago and you're reusing it. Just go ahead and do it. And last, it's a great time to post some throwback photos and do some proper storytelling about your business and its origins and its history. This continues to build trust and connection with your future customers. Next, it's a good idea to create a plan for how to combat customer cancellations and consider flexibility on your current cancellation policies. I think right now, everything is just being thrown out the window, basically, in terms of, policies and typicals and all of these things. So it's just a good idea to create some sort of loose plan or structure for yourself to deal with this stuff. I think it's always a good idea to do your best on getting those customers rescheduled for a later date, even if it's in the extreme future at this point, because we don't know what's happening. But whether you're a freelancer who's had a photography session canceled, or you're a restaurant owner who has had a catered event canceled, or a big holiday, you're expecting Easter to be slammed, what can you do? What can you do to recapture those people? Hopefully you and your customers can work together to choose a new date in the future. And if you can't reschedule, determine what impact that'll have on your business. Are you able to keep your deposit and or retainer if it's a contract type job? What are the cutoff dates? Should you revise them? This is also a good time you may want to review your current contract wording to see what's covered, what's not. What additional fees come into play, if any? What does your insurance policy say? Are there things there that could apply? You also may want to update new contracts to include important options like a pause clause and things like that. Your lawyer can help you with that. But no matter what, you want to keep the lines of communication open with your client, help give them peace of mind about this terrible situation. And hopefully by showing you're allowing for wiggle room, it'll cut down on the number of actual cancellations that you may need to be doing. Now it's time to get creative, talking about creative ways to serve your customers. And I want to preface this by saying that guidelines and rules are changing every day. So it's possible that not all of these may apply by the time you read this, or even be things that you'd be allowed to do. Social distancing, it's a thing. So, what can we do? How can you still serve the community during this time of social distancing when your type of business may be deemed quote unquote non-essential? If you're a retail establishment, you could consider offering online shopping. If you're, with curbside pickup, I've seen some of that happening. If you're a food establishment, considering online ordering and contactless pickup or takeout. If you're a limo driver, can you run errands or do deliveries for folks who can't get out? I do definitely think that for any kind of business that this might apply to, it is now definitely the time to set up some sort of basic online ordering. Whether you are partnering with food delivery places, like DoorDash and Uber Eats and Seamless and Grubhub and those kinds of things. Or if it's online ordering and it's your own staff, delivering, there's lots of other solutions for it. I think right now, especially because so many businesses, whether you are food related or not, are scrambling to get some sort of digital ordering solution. You may be able to find a good deal with how to get this set up, but I definitely think making it as easy as possible for people to spend money with you right now is crucial. Whether it's retail, food, gift cards, etc., just make it easy for people to purchase from you without needing to be physically in front of you. So what problems can you solve creatively for your customers? What other talents does your team have? Whether they're there with you or remotely. What can you sell, teach, or do digitally with as little contact as possible? Some of the really great pivot examples we've seen this week have been fitness centers offering virtual private lessons, bakeries selling decorated home cupcake kits for porch delivery, restaurants selling their own butchered meat by the pound for no contact takeout. Some art studios selling paint your own kits for curbside pickup, and virtual yoga and meditation lessons, and so much more. So think about what you could do, what you and your team, or just you yourself, could realistically do. It's also a good time to create and communicate a fallback plan in case you do get sick or you're otherwise unable to complete the project. So you know how in Greece, you know how Kaneki is supposed to do the race, and then he approaches Danny Zuko and he's like, yo, like Thunder Road, blah, blah, blah. Like, we had this duel and like the guy was my second, blah, blah, blah. And basically Danny Zuko is like, all right, I got you, if something happens. And then of course, Kaneki can't do the race. Danny Zuko does the race. Spoiler alert, Danny Zuko beats Craterface and he's the best. So, do you have a support system in place or a short list of trusted individuals to help out? Who could take over for you temporarily? Maybe this means outsourcing tasks or hiring some temporary help. Maybe it's training your assistant or your significant other to take over certain tasks. Maybe it means partnering with some freelancers. Whatever it is, make sure to communicate this change of plans with your clients so that they're kept in the loop as to who their new point of contact will be. You may also want to create a handbook of sorts that you can share with those trusted individuals should you be temporarily down for the count. So important contact information, logins, policies and procedures, and general how-tos are all great to include. But working from home is also a good time to polish and refine your day-to-day operations and systems. And it's a great opportunity for exploring which items may be able to be automated in the future. And speaking of automation, let's talk apps. Let's take advantage of productivity apps and solutions. As someone who's been working from home for several years, I'm used to many different sites and apps that assist me in working remotely. But I realize this might be uncharted territory for many of you. So here's a few of my favorite tools, along with a description of what they do. In fact, some of these companies have even stepped up and offered free or discounted versions of their premium level services to better help the planet during this outbreak, which is great. So you want to look into this. But some of these that may be great solutions for you while you temporarily work from home. And I put these in the workbook so that you can see a full list of them. But, whether you need storage and file hosting and sharing with sites like Dropbox, iCloud, Google Drive, WeTransfer is a file transfer service that allows you to send super big files. Evernote is great for note-taking, organizing, task management, and archiving. I mentioned Loom before for screen recording and video conferencing. Zoom is also good for video conferencing, meetings, chat. Freeconferencecall.com. You could do free local or international conference calls, which is great. Slack, instant messaging, organizing conversations, sharing files with your team. I mentioned Facebook groups before, but if you're managing a large enough team, you might want to consider making a private Facebook group to manage communications and discussion. Also, Square, you can collect mobile payments, e-commerce solutions, merchant services. Calendly is a great solution for online appointment scheduling. Google Calendar is wonderful for time management and shareable scheduling calendar service. Genius Scan is a scanner app in your pocket, which is awesome. You don't have to pile up all your receipts. You just scan it and it's done. DocuSign allows you to send contracts digitally for e-signature. FreshBooks is an accounting system. It also has time tracking. You could send proposals and invoices in there, track expenses. Trello is project management and list making. Canva allows you to create quick graphics, flyers, signs, etc. Hootsuite is for social media management and scheduling of posts. Spotify, obviously, got to have Spotify for music and podcast streaming like all day. And the Calm app, C-A-L-M, Calm. I'm sure you've seen the commercials, but it's awesome for soothing stress and anxiety and just going to sleep. And don't forget about good old Amazon Prime, and even ordering groceries from home via services like Instacart and Peapod, etc. I also want to just remind you to take care of yourself. This is a time of huge stress, health, financial, and otherwise, and everyone is likely to feel spread thin, and it's important to be kind to yourself and practice self-care. So it's okay to read the news and stay informed, but take breaks to give yourself a rest from the constant stream of not so great news. In addition, don't underestimate the importance of taking time to enjoy things you love. Rediscover old hobbies and passions. Get back into crafts or writing. Paint furniture, scrapbook, rearrange your bedroom. Maybe there's some home or office improvements and small projects you've been putting on the back burner forever. Not to mention, finally getting around to binge streaming all those shows you keep hearing about. You could even consider capitalizing on this time by learning a new skill or polishing your educational toolbox. These are all things that will positively stimulate your brain and your soul, and that's good for your mental health and inner zen. It's also important to find fun online distractions and activities that you can enjoy, either by yourself or with your family. And I've compiled some of my favorites for you in a list, and I'll share how to get that in just a second. So, okay, we are nearing the end, and hopefully something here was helpful for you. But I'm here for you, and I just want you to know that you're not alone and you're supported. And we talked about a lot of things here today. And of course, there's so very many other factors to consider at the moment, such as understanding your current and potential financial position, identifying some additional revenue streams, ways to supplement your income, whether it's loans, 401k, etc. Local and national resources that may be available, small business loans, grants, etc. And of course, saving and budgeting as much as possible. But everyone's situation is different, so you should take time to research and explore what options may make the most sense to you. At the end of the day, it's important that we all still work hard to follow our passions and to do the work that we love, even if the day-to-day changes a bit in the interim. But the most important thing is that we take this one step at a time and that we're there for each other. So again, you did it. You're awesome. Yay. Good for you. You attended this workshop. We've been in here now for, I had a stopwatch going. I don't know if it's still going. Yeah, we've been in here now for about 35 minutes, which is cool. It's a little shorter than I thought it was going to be, but that's a good thing because I know everyone's super, super busy and crazy right now. So I hope this was helpful, and I'm pulling for you and encouraging you during this crazy time, and I would love to continue to stay in touch. And of course, you can visit aliciaurvis.com or find me on social media, but I also wanted to mention a few other ways that we can connect. So as I mentioned before, I have a private Facebook group called the Help Desk. It's free. It's geared toward marketing and business tips for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and creatives. As of today, we've got about 200 members and climbing. Every week I share articles, tips, and ideas to help you in your business. I also encourage folks to post questions, ask advice, etc. It's just a safe space for group learning, venting, and sharing. And I would love to have you join. So I'm going to put the link to that in the comments below. And we would love to have you there. Also, I mentioned before, I have a little goodie for you. I would love if you join my email list as a special treat today, because we all need a mental break. If you visit the link that I'm going to put in the comments right now to join my email list, I'm going to send you a curated list of some of my favorite virtual activities and online experiences that you can enjoy during this crazy time. So things like virtual tours, live streams of animals in aquariums, digital field trips, things like that. So I'll put the link to that in the comments if you want to sign up. And lastly, I want to let you know that I'm here for you, and I'm going to make myself available for a few complimentary virtual one-on-one brainstorm sessions. So 15 to 20 minutes where you and I can talk about your specific business and how you might be able to make some temporary adjustments to still serve your clients and how to promote yourself. I cannot guarantee to be able to give you all the answers, but I promise to listen, and I will do my very best to help you think outside the box and some ideas and next steps. I'm only going to be offering a few of these, so they're first come, first serve. If you're interested in setting up a short one-on-one, email me, alicia@aliciayurvis.com, and I would love to chat with you. So we've come to the end, and I hope this workshop was helpful for you. I know that this has been an absolutely crazy time, and you had no warning about any of this happening, but you're an entrepreneur who makes things happen, and you can do this. And I'm here for you along the way, and I'm just encouraging you, okay? So be well, and I will see you virtually very, very soon. If anyone has any questions, please leave a comment, and I look forward to answering those for you. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.